Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby, deep divers, basking in the wonderful sunshine. But are you happy? Are you really, really happy? Or are you miserable? 10 things to stop doing to find happiness. Let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I got a question that came in. Ralph, yes. How can I find my happiness? I just want to be happy, Ralph. Okay. The cat down the road hears you. The cat down the road hears you. They say they've tried everything. Nothing is making them happy right now, and they don't know what's happening. They are still searching for happiness. Do you ever wake up with the same feelings? Like, I just want to be a little bit more happier. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So let me share with you what helped me along my journey. I had to stop doing certain things to find my happiness. The first thing to stop doing to find happiness is allowing other people to define your self-worth. And this happens on social media. We define our worth by how many subscribers we have, how many likes we get, how many people tell us how wonderful our backside looks, how big our muscles are, right? You see, what's freed me along my journey, I realized happiness is an inside job. What matters the most is how I value myself. Slow motion this side. Deep divers. People always change their minds anyway. So be more concerned about the value you give to yourself. Make sure you start validating your own existence. That is what has made me so happy. Like, I love connecting with people, but I know who I am. And that's what matters. I know my worth. That's what matters. That's what makes me happy. I don't put my worth in the hands of other people, especially strangers. What's the second thing to stop doing? Baby, to find happiness. Holding onto grudges. Now, I'm a Pisces, very compassionate. I don't hold on to grudges. However, there was a time when I was like, let me hold on to a grudge. I did a whole commercial, because I'm a cinematographer as well. I did a whole commercial for a football club, and the guy was supposed to pay me a certain amount of money, and he didn't. I called him, I'm like, where's my money? He's like, he wasn't even there. It was just an answer machine. Sorry, is not here right now. Please leave it. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was holding on to a little bit of a grudge. I'm like, if I see him again, there's going to be hell to pay. Then I realized, actually, let me just free myself, because I was holding on to heavy energy. And that's what happens many times. Sometimes people screw you over and you're like, if I hold on to a grudge, I'm going to feel better. No, you feel worse, right? I've realized this. To be happier, you have to have a very light heart. Your heart has to be as light as a feather, right? And that's really what makes me happy. I let it go, right? You don't have to forget, but you forgive for yourself, for your peace of mind, baby, which is the highest form of wealth. What's the third thing to stop doing to find happiness that's helped me along my journey? Feeling that you've always got to be positive. Do you feel I'm a positive person? Yes, Ralph. You're always smiling in your thumbnails like this. A bit like this, right? I'm naturally very positive, but I never feel I always have to be positive. For me, what's more important than being positive is being real and being authentic. And that's who I am. I'm real. I strive for that every single day. That's what makes me happy. Just because someone is spiritual, they don't always have to be positive. Get the fuck out of my way before as I balance these chakras, baby. Seen that meme, right? Being spiritual doesn't mean you always have to be positive. Get the fuck out of my way so I can balance these chakras. That's how you become happier, when you are real. You're not living in this fantasy land that you always have to be this perfect person. Life isn't perfect. Things are strange around here. Walk outside and you're like, where am I? So I've realized it's about me being real. I'm embracing my shadow side, even my negative emotions. They are a part of me, just as my positive emotions are also a part of me, right? So I'm realizing I accept my flaws, my perfections, my imperfections. It's all beautiful, right? But it should never define us. It should never define us, okay? Because once again, thoughts and emotions aren't entirely us. They are only a tiny little part of who we are, right? What's the fourth thing to stop doing to find happiness that's helped me along my journey? 7-day vegan challenge. A lot of people are counting calories and they forget about counting the chemicals. Now, what really freed me along my food journey, eating a plant-based diet, was to really start becoming more mindful that even if it's plant-based, is it organic? Have pesticides come on this orange or whatnot, right? So you have to really start. It's not just about how many calories does this have, because you want to be in shape. Fellas and ladies, look at the chemicals. Where are my foods coming from? Right? What environment did they come from? And that's really what's helped me to become happier. Health is wealth. I say this, happiness begins on your plate. What are you eating right now, deep divers? Share it with me. Did you like the Instagram story, the live video in Whole Foods, right? Classic. Now, what's the fifth thing you should stop doing if you're really serious about finding your happiness? What's helped me along my journey is to stop blaming yourself for how other people see you. Stop blaming yourself for how other people see you, because that just steals our happiness. We're like, where did happiness go? And yes, happiness is not something that is permanent. You are never always going to be happy 24/7, but it's all about equilibrium and balance. And when you stop blaming yourself for how other people perceive you, you free yourself. Everyone you meet is going to have an opinion of you. They are going to have an attitude towards you, and it ain't got anything to do with you. It's not personal. So, in a very practical way, I stop ascribing intent to find my happiness. If someone doesn't call me back, no problem. If someone doesn't watch Infinite Waters, no problem. If the cat down the road looks at me like this, no problem. To find happiness, stop blaming yourself for how other people see you. You have no control over that. You do have control over how you see yourself, though, and that's what's made me happy. I'm happy because it's good for my health. What's the sixth thing to stop doing to find happiness? Baby, gossiping. Now, I always get very nervous when people tell me things about someone else, because I'm like, what are they saying about me? I avoid these kinds of people, right? I run from these kinds of people like the plague, because the problem with gossiping is that if someone is gossiping to you, telling you about someone else, they're probably talking to you. They're probably talking to someone else about you. And that's not very nice, is it, deep divers? No, it's not. Right? So I avoid gossipy conversations, gossiping, because that doesn't serve me. Once again, I'm going to the next level. I haven't got time to start listening to rumors and stories, right? Because once again, you have to ask yourself, is this really elevating me and helping me become my greatest version? Okay, so I'm not poking my nose in other people's business. I'm staying focused in my own lane with a cat down the road and you beautiful deep divers. And that's what makes me happy, baby. What's the seventh thing you should stop doing if you want? You might want to consider this to find your happiness. That's helped me along my journey. Stop thinking what everybody says about you is true. If someone says you are no good, It's not true. It's just their interpretation. Stop caring so much about what other people think of you. That's what's made me happy. And the only way I do that is to realize that, who are these people? You see, most people who have a lot to say about you, they don't know you. Start appreciating people who have always been with you from day one. Appreciate good people. They are hard to come by. Okay? I'm not caught up, even on Infinite Waters, I always get a lot of positive messages. Ralph, your videos have changed my life. I'm humbled. I'm grateful. At the same time, I realize this, deep divers, I don't really get so caught up into other people's words. I get caught up in being better than I was yesterday. For me, it's all about being in competition with yourself, all right? It's all about being in competition with yourself, but don't allow people to make you feel like you are no good. Start asserting yourself, start being confident, start being happy in who you are in your own skin, and that will make you happier. What is the 8th thing you should stop doing to find happiness? Now, what's helped me along my journey is complaining and complaining. Why? Because I realize when I'm complaining, I could be doing something else, maybe finding a solution for my problem. I know what it's like. Life is a mess sometimes. Sometimes it's what I call noise. There's a lot of noise in the universe. Sometimes you're in a busy city, but what's helped me is to realize the 3 C's. Choice, chance, change. Make a choice to take a chance to make the change, right? So I'm realizing, yes, if I keep complaining, I used to complain a lot. Then I realized it's not going to change anything. So I realized I got to start taking responsibility to say, actually, what am I going to do something? What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? So instead of complaining, I'm scratching my head thinking, okay, where's the best route to take to the beach? Let me just detox right now on the sand, right? And that's what I do. Stop complaining for 24 hours and see how your life changes for the better. That's how I find my happiness every single day, baby. And what's the 9th thing to stop doing to find happiness that's helped me along my journey? It is this doomsday mindset so many of us have. We're like, gosh, the world is ending. I used to make videos like, people were like, Ralph, the world is gonna end in September. I did a video, right? They said the world is gonna end September 23rd. I did a video on September 22nd, and then September 23rd came and I was still here. I'm not gonna believe you people anymore, right? Doomsday mindset. The world is a never-ending universe, and I always realize we can have paranoia where we feel everything is working against us, or we can cultivate pronoia where we feel the whole universe is working in our favor. That's how I find my happiness, right? I say I'm meeting amazing people every single day, and it happens, right? The whole universe is bringing amazing people into my life who have my best interests at hand. And that's what makes me happy. I choose where I place my focus. And what's the 10th thing to stop doing to find happiness that's helped me along my journey? Baby, taking people and things for granted. Like, I was talking to a good friend who's also a YouTuber, got a lot of subscribers, and we're like, do people actually know what goes into making a video on YouTube consistently for years? And most people don't. And I didn't when I used to watch a lot of videos back in the day until I started to actually create. So now I don't take people or things for granted. And that's how I find my happiness. Harvard studies will tell you that the happiest people on the planet are the most grateful. I'm content right now. That's what makes me happy. Happiness is when you start realizing what you already have instead of just asking for more. More comes when you appreciate what you already have. So when you are grateful, when you start paying people compliments, when you start lifting people up instead of tearing them down, you become happier. When you start being more compassionate towards animals like I have, I've become more happier when I can actually appreciate an animal and not take advantage of it, right? So there you have it. Deep divers, happiness is an inside job. Have a beautiful day. And once you realize that, well, you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? We are out here in nature, baby. Just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! And I can't control what happens to me, but I can control my attitude towards what happens to me. Oh yeah, that's how you become happy.